December 8th, 2024. The gates of Syria's presidential palace in Damascus stand open. Inside, civilians wander through ornate halls, taking selfies next to abandoned Lamborghinis and Aston Martins. Just hours earlier, President Bashar al Assad and his family had fled the country as opposition forces closed in on the capital. But while Assad may have escaped to Russia, he left behind a mystery that's launched a global investigation. Where did he hide the billions of dollars his family accumulated over 50 years of brutal rule? The numbers are staggering. The Assad family's wealth is estimated between $1 to $12 billion, spread across shell companies, real estate portfolios, and offshore accounts. From luxury apartments in Moscow to boutique hotels in Vienna, private jets in Dubai to Swiss bank accounts, the Assad family built a global empire of wealth, while 70% of Syrians lived in poverty. Now, as rebel forces establish a new government in Damascus, the hunt begins. This is the story of how investigators are trying to trace and recover the Assad dynasty's missing billions, and why finding this money could be crucial for Syria's future. The Assad dynasty's grip on Syria began in 1970, when Hafez al-Assad seized power in a bloodless coup. He started creating patronage networks of Ba'ath Party elites loyal to his family. Members of his family established control over large swaths of the Syrian economy. While Damascus's ancient streets crumbled and its people struggled, the Assad family was building something else entirely: a complex network of shell companies, front businesses, and offshore accounts that would make them billions. At the heart of this operation was a simple strategy: control everything. From telecommunications to tobacco imports, duty-free shops to construction contracts. If there was money to be made in Syria, the Assads found a way to profit from it. The real architect of the Assad family's financial empire wasn't Hafez or even Bashar. It was Mohammed Makhlouf, Bashar's maternal uncle. Before joining the regime, Makhlouf was a modest airline employee, but Hafez put him in charge of Syria's lucrative tobacco import monopoly. And everything changed. Makhlouf took massive commissions on Syria's booming construction sector. When Bashar became president in 2000, Makhlouf passed this business empire to his own son, Rami, who became known as Syria's wealthiest man. By 2008, Rami Makhlouf controlled an estimated 60% of Syria's economy. Banking, media, duty-free shops, airlines, telecommunications. If it made money in Syria, Makhlouf likely had a stake in it. The US government estimated his personal worth at up to $10 billion. But the Assads weren't content with just legitimate businesses. According to the US State Department, they developed new revenue streams, some of them shocking. Bashar's younger brother, Maher, used his military unit, the 4th Armored Division, to run a massive drug smuggling operation. Additionally, the regime profited from the production and sale of Captagon, an amphetamine popular across Arab nations. This drug trade alone brought in an estimated $2.4 billion annually. Meanwhile, Bashar's British-born wife, Esma, a former JP Morgan banker, was expanding the family's influence. She took control of the Syria Trust for Development, which channeled most foreign aid for reconstruction. In 2020, the US State Department would label her one of Syria's most notorious war profiteers. But the Assads didn't keep their money in Syria. They built a sophisticated international network, at least 18 luxury apartments in Moscow, 20 million euros worth of boutique hotels in Vienna, a franchise connected to Buddha Bar, the high-end lounge from Paris, real estate in Dubai worth millions, including mansions on the palm-shaped island, and a private jet worth $43 million, customized with 2 living rooms and an ensuite shower. So when HTS forces entered Damascus on December 8, 2024, they found evidence of staggering luxury. The presidential palace contained a fleet of supercars, Aston Martins, and Lamborghinis. But the real wealth was already elsewhere, hidden in a maze of offshore accounts and shell companies. Now, investigators face a daunting challenge. Previous attempts to recover dictators' wealth haven't gone well. Of the estimated $54 billion hidden by Libya's Gaddafi, only a fraction was ever found. Just $12 million in London property and $100 million in Malta. But there have been some successes. In 2019, a French court froze 90 million euros in assets held by Assad al Assad, Bashar's uncle. The court ruled the assets were obtained through organized laundering of embezzled public funds. The hunt for Assad's billions isn't just about money, it's about justice for the Syrian people. While 70% of Syrians lived in poverty, their leaders built a global empire of wealth. Now, human rights lawyers and financial investigators are racing to find these assets before they disappear forever. As one investigator put it, the ruling family was as much an expert in financial crime as it was in brutal violence. The question now isn't just whether these billions can be found, but whether they can ever be returned to the Syrian people who deserve them. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the Assad regime's riches. Understanding how the regime has funneled money out of Syria will be crucial to tracing it and returning it to the Syrian people. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us create more in-depth content like this. Also, drop a comment below with your thoughts. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.